Greetings and welcome to Sankofa Arts. My name is Ranika Adachi, and it is indeed a pleasure to be here with you all. So today I'm just going to do a quick segment for you all, showing you how to create a simple mask. But first, what I would like to do is just to share with you all that I am here as part of the Day of the Ancestors Mask Festival, and we are definitely getting ready for that. Um, why celebrate the ancestors? Well, because our ancestors have left so many jewels here for us, wisdom and knowledge, okay? And these jewels that they've left for us are things that we're picking up on. Like, we're not having to start from scratch on a lot of things medically, when it comes to building technologies and all sorts of things. Okay, but our ancestors, they've paid it forward. They've left knowledge and wisdom, and we embody all of that. It's all within us. Okay, so we have started this festival 11 years ago in order to make sure that we are giving honor to our ancestors, acknowledging their presence here on earth when they were here, and acknowledging all of the wonderful things that they have done on the planet, and just carrying it forward. So let's get started. This year, the festival is focusing on Senegal. Every year there's generally a new country that we focus on. And so in Senegal, there are lots of different tribes, okay? One of the tribes is the Dogon tribe, and the Dogon tribe is really well known for their ability to navigate the stars. They were able to see the Sirius B star and other stars within our solar system and galaxy without without modern equipment and tools. And people always wondered, how is that so? But they had this knowledge of the stars. So today we're going to draw on the energy of the Dogon. And the mask that we're going to do is called the Kanaga mask. And I may be pronouncing that incorrectly, but I'm doing the best I can. But the Kanaga mask was worn at rituals called Dhamma, okay? And the goal was to transport the souls of the deceased family members away from the village to enhance the prestige of the deceased and their descendants by magnificent mass performances and generous displays of hospitality. So this is something this mask was used in order to uplift the energy of our ancestors once they died, okay? And different cultures have different rituals and ceremonies that they do in order to do that. So this particular mask, and I'm gonna show you, I've already started. Again, this is a short segment. I've already started, but I'm just gonna show you. So this, in essence, is what the mask looks like, okay? And you can see I've already started coloring it. Now, let me just say this. Traditionally, the Dogon are known for the colors red, black, and white. All right. And they will normally use some sort of spiral or checker type of pattern. However, I decided to be a little bit more vibrant and a little more colorful. And so I went with colors that just felt good. But, I wanted to make sure that I just share with you all the colors that they would normally use. Now, I'm going to ask you to definitely choose some colors that feel good to you when you think about your ancestors. And some of you may say, wait a minute. What is ancestors? Ancestors can be your grandparents that have already passed away. They can be a parent, a sibling, brother or sister, a cousin, okay? An ancestor can extend past your blood relatives and can actually be someone in your community that is known, they become an ancestor because they passed on, but they're still looked at and still acknowledged because of the works that they've done when they were here. Okay. Um, so just think about an ancestor, someone in your family or in your life, in your community, that is no longer here that really touched you. Okay. And then I want you to think about what colors what colors can you feels right to you when you think about this person or persons. All right. And then I want you to gather up either some markers, okay, or some color pencils, which I've got a few here, or some color pencils, okay. Or if you have crayons, that works just fine as well, okay. And you probably will have one of these and a blank one of these. If not, just take a good look at it. You know, the shape is pretty simple. Okay. So now I'm going to continue um, working on this, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to put this together to create the final product, the final mask that you will have for the Day of the Ancestors Mask Festival, which is coming up on Sunday, June 27th at 12 p.m. Okay. So you want to have this ready. So I'm just going to finish off coloring this in, and I've been working with some colors, just going with what feels right and kind of sticking with it. And so I'm going to continue to do that. And while I'm doing this, please feel free to go ahead if you need to gather materials, or if you have what you need, you could pause the video and wait and then kind of join in with me here. But you probably are going to have a lot more work to do because, again, I've been working on this for some time. Okay, so I'm just finishing it up and looking forward to getting it done. Yeah, so think about your ancestors and think about maybe some of the stories that your family members have shared with you regarding your ancestors. Okay, we all have, there are some stories behind all of our families, and there are um, there are stories that elders in the family have shared. There are stories that maybe a cousin may have. And if you just take a moment and just ask around, someone's going to be able to share those stories with you. Those stories are going to come through. Okay. So right now, I'm just kind of going through and just doing a little something here. And again, you have to do what's right for you, what feels good to you. You never know what color may come to you that maybe one of your ancestors, would prefer you to use. It could be a favorite color of a certain ancestor. Okay, so I have finished filling in my mask, the template here. And so now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cut it out. But there's something else that I forgot to mention that you're going to need in order to complete this whole process. Okay, you're going to need 2 sticks. okay, and some tape, all right, along with your scissors. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get ready to start cutting, okay? So we're gonna do this here. So just take your time, no rush, and get everything cut out. And so as you see, we're cutting around the contour or the shape of the entire mask, okay? All right. Okay, so now it's all cut out. All right. And so now what we need to do is I need to take these sticks. I'm going to flip this over. Okay. And so I need to take these sticks and I'm going to tape them together. All right. I'm going to tape them together. So let's see here. I'm going to grab my tape. Oops. Okay. And so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tape the two sticks together, okay? So that they will stay together just to kind of strengthen them, all right? Because we need this stick to be long because the mask itself is pretty long. And so you see, I'm just wrapping the stick in tape, all right? And so next, what I'm going to do is I am going to just kind of, lay it down on the mask to see exactly how I want it to be laid, okay? All right, so let's see here. Get this about right there. And so now I'm gonna take tape and I'm just gonna begin to tape it in place. Just gonna begin to tape it, okay? So that it can stay in place. And you notice like right now, so the handle isn't very long, but it's long enough, we'll be able to hold it. Part of this also having a long stick is so that because this is such a tall mask, we want to make sure that this reaches up to create kind of like a spine or a backbone for the mask as well, okay? And so I'm simply just taping it down very simply. Okay, and I'm just gonna put just a little, just kind of keep you in place. A couple of keep you in place pieces of tape. And then one right there, as much as we can get it there. I'm just gonna rip off some like this stem here. There we go. And I don't want this to show, so I'm gonna just cut this little bit off. There we go. And so then I'm just gonna do a little bit here. And then we should be good. So let's see here. Let's see how it turned out. Wow, look at this. So now I have my mask, I have my stem. And if you wanted to, you could even go so far as to take marker if you have, and you can color the stem if you want to, or you could leave it just natural. Um, but yes, so now I have this. So this right here is just a quick workshop just so that you can learn how to do this, how to put it together. This is the back so that you can see it. Very, very simple. Okay. And look at how wonderful. So I can't wait to see what colors you all come up with. And also any masks that you all create, please send them into photos into LA Commons so that we'll have photos of your creation. Okay, we want you to participate in the mask festival as well. And we love receiving photos of your work. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me, and have fun creating your mask.